Detailed view of Main Street, Deadwood. In 1877, Main Street in Deadwood was the vibrant heart of the town during the Black Hills Gold Rush, South Dakota. At this time, the street was filled with saloons, hotels, shops, and offices, serving as the nervous center for the miners, merchants, and adventurers seeking fortune. The atmosphere was chaotic and exciting, with a mix of hope, despair, wealth, and self-law. The architecture was an improvised collection of wooden constructions, reflecting the rush and temporary nature of the gold rush. Main Street witnessed historical events, duels, and the daily lives of legendary Wild West characters, consolidating Deadwood's fame as a symbol of the era of exploration and expansion into the American West. This is the Cosmopolitan Saloon and Gambling Hall in Telluride, Colorado, which was a central meeting point for the local population and visitors to the town. Located in the heart of Telluride, a town known for its natural beauty, the Cosmopolitan was not just a saloon, but a true social and cultural center of the community. This establishment offered more than just drinks and gambling. It was a place where people gathered to share news, celebrate events, and form connections. With decor that reflected the wealth and optimism of the era, the Cosmopolitan Saloon and Gambling Hall was often filled with miners, businessmen, adventurers, and other residents, all seeking a moment of leisure and perhaps the big break at the gaming tables. In addition to serving as an entertainment venue, the Cosmopolitan was also a space where business was conducted and local politics were discussed. This is Molly Johnson. She was a prominent and respected brothel owner in the Wild West, most notably in Deadwood, South Dakota, in the late 19th century. In an era of limited options for women, Molly established herself with her intelligence, beauty, and business skills in a male-dominated environment. Her establishment was known for its quality and discretion, attracting an elite clientele. Moreover, she treated her employees with respect and fairness, standing out in a town famous for its survival of the fittest law. Molly Johnson's story is an example of female strength and entrepreneurship in the challenging context of the Wild West. In Ouray, Colorado, the scene of a stagecoach stopped in front of the Beaumont Hotel evokes the stories of the Wild West. The Beaumont, erected between the late 19th and early 20th centuries, was a place of prominence, representing the advance of civilization in that wild region. The stagecoach played an essential role. It connected Ouray to the rest of the world. It transported people, important news, letters, and everything the town needed to grow and sustain itself. This means of transportation was like a bridge between distant cities, overcoming difficult roads and uniting communities. With the help of stagecoaches, special places like the Beaumont Hotel became important meeting points, aiding in the development and exchange of ideas and essential products in the American West. In 1865, a photograph captured a young William Buffalo Bill Cody at 19 years old, long before he became one of the most iconic figures of the American Wild West. At that time, Cody had already begun to forge his legend, although he was still in the early stages of his extraordinary life, before becoming famous as a showman and founder of Buffalo Bill's Wild West, a spectacle that captivated audiences worldwide and helped shape the international image of the American West. Cody had various occupations that deeply immersed him in frontier life. In the early 20th century, in the vast and arid Mojave Desert, a striking scene captures human innovation and tenacity. A robust traction engine, dragging enormous wagons loaded with borax. Borax, a crucial mineral in the manufacturing of soap, glass, and other products, was extracted in remote desert locations where conditions were extreme and the logistical challenges immense. These traction engines, imposing steam machines, represented the forefront of technology at the time, designed to withstand the scorching heat and inhospitable terrain of the Mojave. With giant wheels and impressive strength, they transported borax from the isolated mines to the railways or factories, where the mineral would be processed and distributed throughout the country. First ore in Juneau, Alaska, around 1890. At that time, fur stores represented a crucial facet of the local economy and daily life. Established in a region rich in wildlife, these stores not only traded animal furs such as beavers, foxes, and bears, valued for their beauty and warmth, but also served as meeting centers for hunters, traders, and residents. The furs obtained through hunting and trade with indigenous peoples were essential for survival in the extremely cold climate of Alaska and became one of the region's first export products. Beyond their economic role, fur stores in Juneau played a significant social role, acting as points of cultural exchange among different communities, including local indigenous peoples, fur hunters, and newcomers. This trading not only facilitated the dissemination of products but also of stories, traditions, and knowledge among these groups. In 1884, in Tombstone, Arizona, a dark and significant event captured the attention of the entire nation: the lynching of John Heath. Heath was accused of involvement in the infamous Bisbee robbery, a crime that resulted in the death of several people. The community of Tombstone, boiling with anger and seeking swift justice, took the law into their own hands. Despite Heath being tried and sentenced to life imprisonment, many citizens considered the sentence insufficient given the gravity of his crimes. They formed a lynching group, removing Heath from his cell and hanging him publicly. This act of popular justice reflects the tension and violence that permeated the Wild West, a time when the law was often directly and brutally applied by the community itself. Around 1890, in the heart of Colorado, a photograph captures a unique moment in the life of a group of miners and their faithful dog, posing in front of their rustic cabin. This intimate portrait of the Wild West reveals much about the daily life and bonds formed in the mining communities of the time. The cabin, built with roughly hewn woods from the region, served as shelter and a temporary home for these men who dedicated their lives to the search for precious metals in the depths of the mountains. The image of a stagecoach crossing the bridge on the Ouray-Silverton Road captures an iconic moment of the American West, representing not only the physical connection between cities, but also the link between isolated communities and the rest of the world. This route was known for its stunning natural beauty and for challenging the skills of the drivers with its narrow and steep paths. Stagecoaches were essential for transporting people, mail, and goods, functioning as the lines of communication and trade that sustained these distant communities. The stagecoach on the Ouray-Silverton Road is a fascinating reminder of the era of exploration and expansion in the West, where each journey could mean facing unknown dangers, but also the promise of new opportunities. Eureka, Colorado, around 1900, was a small mountain town flourishing with an active and diverse community. At this time, the town was a hub of activity, filled with people coming in search of opportunities and a new life in the American expansion. Life was marked by hard work, strong community ties, and hopes of prosperity. Annie Oakley, born Phoebe Ann Moses, emerged from Ohio to become a legendary sharpshooter of the Wild West. Her journey began at 15 years old, when she defeated a professional shooter in a competition, an event that not only revealed her extraordinary talent, but also led her to meet her future husband, Frank Butler. Oakley achieved fame by performing in Buffalo Bill's Wild West, where her shooting skills and acts of dexterity made her one of the first international female celebrities. Beyond her contribution to entertainment, Oakley was an advocate for women's rights, promoting the idea that they should learn to shoot for self-defense and sport. Her story is a testament to skill, determination, and influence, making her an inspiring figure in American history. Around 1890, in Central City, Colorado, the Independence Day Parade was a vibrant celebration of community spirit and American patriotism, reflecting the traditions and identity of that era of the Wild West. The local community gathered to participate in and watch the parade, a manifestation of unity and national pride. The streets of Central City were transformed into a stage for a colorful display of American flags, decorated wagons, marching bands, and participants dressed in the flag's colors. This annual event was more than just a simple celebration. It was a moment of pause and celebration of the freedoms and values that citizens shared, also serving as a reminder of the struggles and sacrifices made to build the nation and maintain its independence. In 1879, Leadville, Colorado, was at the heart of the Silver Rush, becoming one of the most vibrant and notorious boomtowns of the Wild West. Founded at an impressive elevation, the city quickly developed into a center of frenetic activity, with saloons, theaters, and stores sprouting up to meet the needs and entertainment of its growing population. This year marks a period of significant transformation for Leadville, as it evolved from a mining community to a symbol of prosperity and challenges of the Wild West. Wall Street in Deadwood, Dakota Territory, in 1877. This street was located in one of the most infamous towns of the Wild West, flourishing during the Black Hills Gold Rush. It was a street filled with enterprises related to gold mining. Despite its name, Deadwood's Wall Street had a much wilder and disorderly character, reflecting the tumultuous nature of Deadwood itself, a place where the law was often made by the hands of its citizens, and wealth could be both created and lost in the blink of an eye. In the heart of the Wild West, during the 1880s, Leadville, Colorado, stood out as a jewel of the Silver Rush, a city that vibrated with the promise of fortune and adventure. To the right, imposing and solid, the courthouse of Leadville rose as a beacon of law and order amidst the effervescence and tumult of everyday life characteristic of that time. This building was not just a physical structure, but a symbol of civility brought to the Wild West, where justice was as precious as the metal everyone sought. Leadville was more than a city. It was a stage where the dramas, hopes, and dreams of the Wild West unfolded. Year 1890, Rico, Colorado. A small town that was a vital point of cargo movement, illustrating well the logistics of the Wild West. The freight equipment used at that time was essential for transporting heavy and essential materials, such as mining tools, supplies, and even the ore extracted from the depths of the mountains. Loaded onto wagons pulled by sturdy draft animals, this equipment symbolized the trade and supply network that sustained the isolated communities of the American West. These freight operations were vital for the survival and prosperity of towns like Rico, allowing not only the exploitation of natural resources, but also the importation of essential goods from distant places. Interior of the mill building in Morenci, Arizona. This is a landmark site of the Wild West in the USA. It was a vital center for copper mining since the late 19th century. This building symbolizes the era of exploration and mining expansion in the region, reflecting the peak of the copper industry and its impact on the local economy and society. It contributed significantly to the development of Arizona, attracting workers and fostering the growth of communities around it. The rush to Deadwood in 1876, a hallmark of the Wild West in the USA, located in South Dakota. Attracted by gold discoveries in the Black Hills, thousands of prospectors, miners, and entrepreneurs headed to the area, challenging treaties with Native Americans and generating conflicts. Deadwood quickly transformed from an isolated camp into a thriving mining town, symbolizing both the gold fever and the law and disorder of the frontier. This event not only boosted the local economy, but also marked U.S. history with stories of adventure, wealth, and the harsh reality of westward expansion. Main Street in Deadwood. This street was a chaotic mix of saloons, gambling houses, markets, and establishments that catered to the immediate needs of miners, adventurers, and businessmen eager to prosper. Main Street was the stage for stories of success and misadventures, housing legendary characters and notorious figures of the West, like Wild Bill Hickok, one of the most famous gunmen of the Wild West, known both for his prowess with weapons and his involvement in several duels. Virginius Mine, located in the southwest of Colorado, famous in the history of mining in the American West, especially around 1890. However, mining at Virginius was not just a story of success and wealth, as working conditions were extremely harsh, with significant risks to the health and safety of the workers. Drumlummon Mine, located near Marysville, Montana, was one of the most productive and famous gold and silver mines in the state, especially in the late 1880s. Discovered by Thomas Cruise in 1876, the mine quickly became the center of a bustling mining activity, boosting the economic growth of the region and the formation of the Marysville community. At the height of its production, in the late 1880s, Drumlummon not only contributed significantly to the local economy with the extraction of large amounts of gold and silver, but also attracted a diverse population of miners, businessmen, and families seeking opportunities. The mine stimulated the development of infrastructures, such as roads and services, transforming Marysville into a thriving mining community. Around 1900, Pony, Montana, emerged as a vibrant community, encapsulating the spirit of the Wild West. Its main street was the pulsating heart of the town, housing a variety of establishments essential for the daily lives of the residents. Markets, saloons, supply stores, schools, and churches dotted the landscape, creating a mosaic of community life that went beyond economic activities. The residents of Pony, a colorful mix of families, businessmen, and adventurers, wove a rich and diverse social network. United by the pursuit of a better life, they dedicated themselves not only to work, but also to strengthening community bonds. Daily life was permeated by social events, from dances and picnics to celebrations of all kinds, evidencing a deep sense of belonging and solidarity. Image of the Young America Mill, reflecting on the tranquil waters of Lower Sardine Lake. This is a scene that shows the harmony and interaction between human activity and nature. Located in an area of spectacular natural beauty, the mill functioned as a crucial point for the local community, processing the natural resources extracted from the surrounding region. This landscape, characteristic of the late 19th and early 20th centuries, shows how communities sought to utilize natural resources while maintaining a peaceful coexistence with the environment. Lower Sardine Lake, with its calm and clear waters, served not only as a vital resource for daily life and economic activity, but also as a gathering place for the community, where people could come together to fish, swim, and enjoy the beauty around them. Railway station in Tonopah, Nevada. This small town was known for its silver mining in the early 20th century. Hundreds of people gathered at the station, reflecting the peak of silver mining in the region, which attracted investors and workers in search of prosperity. This moment symbolizes the economic boom and hope for a better future, highlighting the importance of rail transportation in the expansion and development of the American West. In Tonopah, Nevada, a desert town famous for its mining history, a powerful storm with lightning dramatically illuminated the night sky. A group of miners gathers in front of an unidentified mine entrance in Nevada, capturing a moment from the state's industrial past. This image, likely dated from the late 19th or early 20th century, reflects not just the hard work and challenging conditions faced by miners, but also the importance of mining to the economy and development of Nevada. In Aspen, Colorado, the hoist operator of the Della S mine played a crucial role in the operation of the mine in 1893, responsible for the cargo elevator that transported miners, equipment, and ore between the surface and the depths of the earth. This operator was the backbone of the mine's operations, working in dangerous conditions and often in total darkness, only with the light of gas lanterns. These professionals needed precise skills and a deep understanding of signals and commands to keep everyone safe. Their experience and attention to detail were vital for the efficiency and safety of the mine, making them respected figures in the Aspen mining community. This image captures a historic moment in medicine during the Old West period, depicting Dr. Sayer, a renowned orthopedic surgeon, in his office at the end of the 19th century. Dr. Sayer is seen applying a pioneering technique that he developed for the treatment of scoliosis. He is examining the curvature of a patient's spine with the help of an innovative device he created that involved the use of a metal orthosis designed to gradually correct the spine's curvature, demonstrating a significant advancement in orthopedic treatments of the time.